So let's really dig into this because I think shops listening to this are going to say, I'm at 10 or 15 employees, one or two autos. I'm
Or
around a
before
million.
to get ready for it. And by the
Yeah,
way, you're
like,
right. That's a way better way of looking at it because you're right. Even from contract to not,
yeah. It's
the
got to
revenue
be head
skews.
counts. It's got to be head counts. Is the problem, like, what are the first signs? Like, if a shop is experiencing these things, pick up the phone and call 911. Like, what are the first telltale signs that you see from your experience of founders, like, getting to that point where they're not going to make it? Like, what are the indicators that you see? Is it culture? Like, what do you see are when you go into a business, what are the red flags that you see that are glaring in those 10 to 15 person shops or companies?
Well, that's a tough question from a standpoint of I see a lot of things. So I'm ADD, so that might make it a little more confusing of an answer. But I would say that um, I see denial that they're part of the problem, that they are because. So here's what I see, and I work with a lot of young people because I originally started with I want to work with people that just become the leader or they're going to be the leader because I think they're more fun to work with, frankly. They're not stuck in the past. They love the help. They actually get things done. It's really actually inspiring. Um,
So
and so I,
you're a pro millennialist.
I am.
Heck
I mean,
yeah, we need more of you.
well, I think we're out there. I think we're tough on ourselves. So what I see is most people think they're failing every industry, and they look at the gap of where they're not getting to versus where they've come from. They don't give themselves credit for what they've accomplished, and they're brutal on themselves. It's really shocking to me, and I don't know if it's society has pushed us in that direction deeper, but we don't take recognition of where we've come from, and so I think it causes us to run faster and not smarter. We don't slow down before we speed up. And it's just amazing on how everybody thinks their situation is unique. It's really not unique. We're not that different. The businesses are not that different. They really
Well,
aren't.
I wonder if, like, psychologically, right? I don't know. I'm sure everybody got into starting their business differently, of course, but you sort of scratching your itch, you solve your own need, you push it forward a little bit more. Then all of a sudden you're full time, however long that took, and then you just you keep like always looking to the next step, the next what's next. Definitely guilty of it, but I almost kind of embrace it. I feel like if I start looking back. Um, I don't know. It feels like I need to be totally focused on what's next month, next week, next
Yeah,
year, and so on.
I think I resonate with that. Our business is scaling. We've grown 4 or 5 times since we've started, or since I took over in 2015. And my business partner will often, because I'm like go 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 go, and my business partner's twice my age. He's been in the business for 30 years, and he'll say like, just remember where we were 7 years ago or where we were 6 years ago. And I'll be like, yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right. My
Right?
team says that too. And they'll be like,
But
dude, do you
hey,
realize?
just where you
But
came
I,
from.
I don't know if we're disagreeing or agreeing. I feel like people like yourselves should always be pushing to get to a higher level, right? I'm not saying don't do that. But what I see is a trouble sign of does somebody really want to change? Do they get it? What they have to do differently? Because they have to give up. They have to be willing to give up almost everything they've been doing successfully and try something else. And so there's a thing called the sigmoid curve. Okay, it's a S curve. And so when you start to ride that curve, you become a sponge. You're a quick learner. You start to get really good at it. And at some point near the top, you're kind of the go-to person. People come to you for help. You're the expert. Could be the industry expert or in your company, right? But at some point in time, you become a little more difficult, the know-it-all. And I'm exaggerating just to speed it up here. And the problem is if you stay at that level, you become irrelevant. You become less open, less approachable, right? You're stuck in your way. Um, and the goal is you have to jump to something different. It's called a stretch. You got to stretch. And when you stretch, you have to have fear of failure, similar to being thrown in the deep end of the pool. You have to be unsure if you're going to succeed. Okay, you got to have that feeling in your gut when you get thrown in the pool for the first time, no matter what you've learned or what you've been told. And so as
So
leaders, we're just not
go ahead.
comfortable doing that. And it's something that they haven't thought out loud with somebody else outside their company. It's a little easier to be vulnerable to say, what are my issues and within the company and what's holding me back.